updated, so mostly we will use the on over here. Okay, extracting data from the multiple tables using select statement with on condition, on operator, you can say that, on operator. This is called as joins. Now you know the joins. Now all these three are nothing but extracting the data from the database. First one is called as projection, second one is called as selection, and third one is called as joins over here. Okay, now now when you are using the normal selection, we know it, we have used the selection n number of times. We are going to use, what is our database name over here is AMPDB. Use EMPDB. So, now we will be back in that. So now I want to see the tables, whatever we have it over here. Like we have the three tables. Let's see the employee table. We will be using the employee table. Select star from employee. Now this is how many, like we are extracting the data from single table. Can you see it? We are extracting the data from single table without any where clause. Without, there is no condition at all, no where clause. So this is called as projection. This is called as projection, guys. I will write it over here. Comment, right? Projection. Okay. Now, if we are using if you are using with a where clause, that is called as, you know, selection. Selection. How we will use it? Select star from employee. Where I will use the where. What is the designation we have it? Employee designation or E designation? Okay, EMP designation. Okay, I wanted to see EMP designation is equals to PM. This is called as a selection, guys, with a condition. With a condition, when you are extracting the data, that is called as selection. Okay. Now there is joins is there. That is when you are extracting the data from the multiple table. Now the purpose is something like this. It will be now you are total. Now here, how the joins will be working is. Now, what is the use of joins is usually whenever we are dealing with the RDBMS, guys, RDBMS. So all the data will be stored in a small chunks, small pieces in the table like this. This is one table, this is one table, and this is one table. So there will be like multiple tables. But when you are extracting the data, when you extract the data, we are going to combine the data from these three tables, and then we are going to present it to the end user over here in this fashion. Now, this process of extracting the data from table 1, table 2, and table 3, this is A, B, and C. How many tables we are extracting? 3 tables. That is more than 1. So this is called as joins. Okay, you usually do it with a 2 table. You can do it with a 3 table, 4 table also. It depends upon you. Okay, but that is an advanced level joins, they will call it as. Now, this is the way you will be joining the 2 tables, and we are going to extract the data from them, and you will be presenting it. More than 2 tables, you can extract, more than 1 table, you will extract it and present it. This is the purpose of the, the joins. Okay. There is also set operator is do that will also do the same thing. Okay. Now, while dealing with this where clause, there are some sub conditions some operators will be there like this. So the first one is here, when you are dealing with this part, this is is equals to. When you say that equals to, now this is like, let me copy this. Now, when you talk about this one is equals to, this is nothing but in Python, when we give the double is equals to, right, it will work like the same. The first one is nothing but when you work with a Python, you will be having a double is equals to. This is nothing but a double is equals to in Python. Okay, is equals to. Equal to, not equal to means when you are giving in, not equals to in Python. Okay, now greater than sign is greater than, less than sign is less than, it is greater than and equal to, it's a dual operator, which is a relational operator, guys. And this is also the same. These are very much similar to that of your Python. There's nothing you have to do, it very much similar to that of Python. Now, when we want to implement it, so like one of them is I implemented already, this is a equal to. Okay, now I will say that I don't want this to be PM. Select star from employee. Now here I will put it on like this. So you will be getting all these things. And here I don't want it where EMP designation is equals to, not is equals to. I will keep it as not is equals to. I will give it as PM. That is, without whoever is not PM, please present to me. That's what I'm saying it over here. Okay, whoever is not PM, I'm saying that present it to me. Now, no PMs are there here. Okay, simple. Now, if you want to say that greater than, I want to say that age greater than 30 years. I want to see the records whose age is greater than 30 years. So, how I'll give it? Select star from employee and where EMP age is greater than 30 years. Like this, you can just like how you did it with a Python. That's what it is, greater than. Now, if you run this one, you will be getting it the same over here. The age which is greater than 30. Okay. Now, I want to see this once again. Okay. Now, in this, I want to say that include the 30 also. Here it is not showing 30. Can you see this? I'll show you both of them. Select star from employee. So this is one select statement and this is the other select statement. I'm giving it. The outer one is giving me the complete details and down one is the age which is greater than 30. Now this is the complete information, whatever the data is there. Now this one is having only like 3 whose age is greater than 30. No, I wanted the age should be included 30. This by Akash should also be included in this. So how I'll give it? I'll give it as equals to over here. Just add the equals to. That's it. When you add the equals to, you will get it even the Akash details. And yes, Akash details also. Okay, the same thing works with the less than, guys. If you had wanted the select star from EMP employee where EMP age is less than 30. I want to check it out, less than 30 over here. Now you see this. I'll getting all of them less than, including the 30. I'll give it is equals to over here. Now you will be getting including the 30 over here. Got it? Akash is being. The same thing we have done it over here, all of them. Now the between, like, and in. So let's start with in, and between is like you will be getting the values just like how you will be doing with the between, guys. So if what? Let me show you the syntax over here. The in is the one you can get the multiple values. If you want to compare it, you will be using the in operator. Just like in Python, how you compare a particular value in a sequence of values. That is the same way it will be working the same in. The between will be getting the values between any two values. If you give it the age limit from 25 or 28 to 32, then whatever is there, you will be getting in that. That is what it will be given over here. You see the value 1 and value 2. But you should be very specific which column you are wanted this between should be going on. Then otherwise it will not work. Now you see this one, how it should be going on is, usually you will do the select, it's too big, select star from, I wanted like employee, and here I will give it as where clause. Where clause is to check it out, take a particular, which column you want to take it like, okay, which column. Now I will give the column name EMP, like EMP, or what is that, the column age column, sorry, age column over here, EMP age. So I will be, so here I will give it as like age column over here, EMP age, and then I will use the between over here. Now this you can go with the down also, guys, like this, to make it very comfortable. Select, sorry, so you can use it like this. And after doing that, you can also use the order by also over here. The order by is also there with us, right? Order by, and we can also use the group by. Now, whatever we want to use it on the basis of the results, whatever the basis on this results, you can go with the order by and the group by, all these things. This we will be seeing it later. As of now, we will use the between over here. So that the same way we will be using the between, guys. Okay. Now, sorry. Over here. Now select star from employee. Now which one? Where age? Where EMP age? Now here you can use it between. Between which one? The age should be between what? So between 28 to, let me see this. What is the age I am having? 28 to 32 is, we will get everything. 30. Let's take it 28 to 30. Okay. 28 and 30. Okay. Like this, I'm giving it. Now let's see this. We should get the output over here. Let's see this. We got it like 28 to 30. Now between is used to compare any values between anything between them. You can get it now, giving the values over here. So now you can take it the employee experience also. Let me do it one more. Employee experience. Now here we are having 10, 14 and 12, right? All of them are 14, 12. Don't know 13, nothing. So let me give it something like this. Select star from employee, where employee age or employee experience, sorry, experience between, I will say that 12 to 14, 12 and 14. Okay, then you will be going on. Now, okay, you got it, almost all of them. Only 10 is being pulled off. Okay, only 10. There is one guy is there with a 10 that is being pulled off. And see, only one guy is there with a 10. Okay. Something like this you can use it, guys. Now, next one is like in operator. In operator is the one which is very, we will be using the in operator. In operator is used to check it out the multiple values. Yesterday I used it, I think so. This in operator. Now let me show you. Like here the data is there. I want to see the last name, whosoever the last name is, the Kumar and Naidu. This ones I want to get it. Okay, these two I want to get it. That is, let's see this. So here I can use the select star from employee, and where employee, what is that? Which one it is? EF last. Okay, EF last. And in, I will use it in which one? I will say that the name should be Kumar or Nai. Okay, something like this I want to give it. Now this you can get it like, can you see this? All the Kumars and Naidus we got it. Now this is very much similar to that of our Python one. If you wanted, like, list is there, list one is equals to, just connect it to that one, guys. A apple is there over here, apple, orange, and maybe mango. Now I want to check it out over here. This is called as, you know, special operator list. I will say that apple in where? List one. Okay, now this is what you will be checking it over there. This is the way you will be doing it. Okay, now just connect it, guys, just connect it to the Python so that you will be. Now like is a bit you have to discuss it. Like is, you can say that for a particular pattern, you can give it a pattern over here. See this, that's what I said it yesterday. So like is specially used to extract the data based on a particular pattern. Now for example here, like how I will show it as well. Here we are having this wildcards. This is called as wildcards. Wildcards is nothing but our regular expression, guys. What we have done it in our regular expression, the same thing over here. If you give the ampersand over here, ampersand means any number of characters, that is the percentile. Now here, not ampersand, percentile. Now underscore means one character. Underscore represents the one character. Now here, when you are giving in the square brackets, within the quotes, in the square brackets means in the regular expression, what it means? Within the square bracket means, what that exactly means? If you give it in the square brackets, anyone, okay, anyone over there. Now when you give the caret inside the square brackets, that will act as a not. The same thing will be over here. If you check it out now, sorry, there are some more are there over here. Let me use. These are same, all of them. If you can, in the place of pattern, you can use the null also, guys. Now let me show you a simple example over here. Now I'm having the select star from employee. Okay, now see this, I'm running it off. I got this data. Now I want to see the all the you know, employees whose name is starting with yes. I want to see all the employees whose name is starting with yes. So how I'll give it is here, select star from employee, and you know, we will use the where, which one you will take it, EF name, sorry, EF name, like what you wanted, like I want you represents
Recording in
one
progress.
character. Okay, underscore represents only one character. If I want to find out like Akash, Akash is having how many? ASH 5, right? Now here I can give it one more underscore, like this, 4. Total, in total it is 5. Yeah, okay, I will give a space, guys, so that you can see it. But you should not give the space while giving. Total, how many are there? Total 5 characters, starting with A. Starting with A it is. So you will be getting it Akash over here. Now, if you have the Arjun also, you will be getting it over there. It is also having 4. Okay. Now, I want to, this is like 5 letters word, 5 characters word, starting with A. Okay, guys, starting with A over here. Now, if you want to deal with something like this, like I want the last letter should be H. Last letter should be H over here. Now, how I will do it is like underscore. Now, if the last letter has to be H, is percentile H. That's it. Last letter percentile H means, that is, if the first letter should be there means A and you know this percentile, and if it is H means this is the one you are doing. Okay, this is the way. Now it will be ending with the H. No, I want a word which is having the 5 digits, total 5 characters, and the last character is H. Then what I will give it? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we will give it as H over here. When we give it H, then this will be considered. Okay, guys. So this is the way you have to give it. Okay. Now let's do this one. And one more thing. If I am giving anything inside this, then you know it will be considered as if I'm giving something like this. Now what this means, like, okay, let me do it. What this means? A means a word starting with A. A word starting with A and n number of characters over here. Now, if I want to any word which is starting with A or B. Now, if I am giving it like this, any word, char A, B of over here, something like this. Then what that mean? Except A or B. Okay, except A or B, that is what it is. Like these are the things which is especially with the like operator. Now I will give it as select star from employee and where EF. Okay, let's EF last is ending with, I want to give it like quotes star and I will give it as V. Okay, this is any word in the EF last which is ending with V. How many are there? Only one is there. Okay, then we will be getting it that one. When I run this one, we will be getting it that one. Okay, now if I give it like, let me run it once again. R is there. Okay, I will give it as R. So let me give it as R over here. R. Now I will get it as Kumars. All the Kumars you are going to get it. Okay, all the R's. Okay. No, I want to find out both R and B, R and B, or R and Y. R and Y I want to find out. So how I'll do it, guys? R and Y. Square brackets, keep it R, Y over here, like this. R, Y, got it? Now you can play with this one. It is very easy. You can do with this. I don't want R and Y. I will give it as char over here. I think that we have spent enough time on regular expression. That's what I was saying. It regular expression is not specific to any particular language. You will be using the regular expression in the machine learning, pre-processing, everywhere you will be using. Even in the JavaScript also you will be using, guys. Okay, now you can see it. Apart from R and Y, you got it everything over here. Okay, now this is about the like, guys. Okay, anything is missing over there? Okay, this is the one. This is the second one. Now this is a word which is starting with A and ending with N. Okay, a word. Now don't give the space in the middle. Once you give the space, it will not consider it. Okay, remember that. You should not give any space in the middle. And next one is, this is to find out in the middle. In the middle, if there is TAV is there, any word TAV is there, then you can find it out. Like, okay. Now, in this, I want to find out the AR, Sharma. In Sharma, I want to find out AR. I don't know that AR is there. I want to find out. So, how I'll give it, guys? Select star from employee, okay, where EF last, like, inside this, give it AR. Okay, AR. Now it is what this says, any number of characters before. This says any number of characters after. Okay. Now in the middle, what it should be? AR. That should be there. Now you see this. I got it. AR is over here. AR is over here. AR is over there, and AR is over here. So you got it, all of them. Okay. Okay. Now this is all about, now if you wanted to get a word which is starting from A and ending at R, or like, is there any word like that? No. Starting with K and ending at R, I will do it. So how I'll do it, guys? Select star from employee where EF last, like, K percentile R, K percentile R. Kumars, all the Kumars you got it. Okay, so like this, guys. Now if you want to give it the characters, you can give it in between the characters also. I didn't get it. Can we have a multiple between with different columns? You want to do the multiplication between the different columns? Yeah, you can do that. That you have to do it with the stored procedure. You can do it everything, guys. This is a language. Don't forget that. This is a language. Okay, you can do all the things, whatever you did it over the Python. Not so extensively. You can't build an application. You can build an application, but all the things you can write. You can write almost a program to perform it. So you can do the multiplication between the columns, everything you can do it. But that is again a stored procedures. We have to go with the tables and all those things, like subqueries and all those things we have to do. So that is again a very advanced level. So we don't go there so much. Now let's do with the next one, guys. Wildcard is finished. And operator, you know that how the and will be working, right? And or. this clause between clause twice is same query. I didn't get it. What you are saying it, Nazir? Between clause between in same query. Oh, you want to perform in the same between the same? No, that is not possible. Because where clause you have to do it, guys. Where clause you have to give it or over there. Where clause you are giving only one column. If you want to give the two columns over in a where clause, use the, you have to use the two columns over there. Again, that is too complicated. Now let's see this one, guys, and select star from employee. Now where I wanted like like first is equals to, I will give it as maybe Arjun, and I'm using it. Now and operator will connect it. Now the Arjun is there over here with three of them are there, right? Arjun with Yadav, Reddy and Kumar. Now I want to get it only the person who is Yadav or something. So here I will give it, and like you can give it EF last. I will give it as Yadav. You can see this, you should get it the Arjun details. So invalid. EF last. EF last. It's there, right? Huh? EF, sorry. Yeah, I got it over here. Now this is the one we will be getting it. Now if I want to deal with, okay, here I want to deal with, or I want to get all the Arjuns and with the all the Yadavs over here, then I can use it or over here. So here whoever is there in the first name with the name Arjun, that is the first name in the name Arjun, then last name in that Yadav, you will be getting it over here. Can you see this? All the first names and the last name. Now there is something like, I want to use the and or combination. Select star from employee where EF name is equals to Arjun. I will give it as Arjun, and usually what we did it, we said it is their last name is Yadav. I want both of them. Like I wanted like Reddy and Kumar, not the Yadav. I wanted Reddy and Kumar over here. So what I will do it is EF last is equals to, correct, right? Reddy or EF last is equals to, I will give it as, what is the Pandit? Now this one is the one Arjun. It will check it for the Reddy and Arjun with the Pandit, because we use the or operator. We combine the and or over here. Now when we do this, you will be playing with it. Okay, like this you are going to get it. So you can also use the in operator over here, guys. If you wanted to find out, you can find out the in operator over here. EF last in, within the square brackets, you can use the Reddy and the Pandit over there. That is like just like and or operator, it will be working out. You can try it out, all these things, whatever it is. Now anything is left out. Yeah, order by, we have done it, right? Order by is like, yeah. Like order by will be arranging the order. We have done it yesterday. We have done it. Now this is pretty important. If you want to get it, top 5 records or 4 records or 3 records, then we are having a clause called as top. Select top. Select top. Then this will give us the select top and give the number. Then it will give us the how much, how much is the, how many values you wanted. You can see this select top 3 from, now star means all the values. You are getting all the values, all the columns. Select top 3 from this particular table. Now this is wrong. It is given like that. You can give it by, you can give the just the name also. I will show you. Now select, we have it like, now I will use it select top. I wanted in this top 4 of them, top 4. Okay, let's see this top 4, and I will give it as 4 star from where? From employee. I'm giving it employee. Now this will give us that top 4. Can you see this top 4? Now I don't want top 4. I want the last 4. Last 4. Then you can do it by the using the order by. Now you can see this now. Okay. Now order by is used with the clause, right? Order by with a column name, and then you will be giving it ASC over here or DESC. DESC means descending, ASC means ascending order. This is the default one. So when we are using the order by and give a column, it will order the whole table based on this particular column. Now you see this one. If you want to see it, just I will show you that. Star from employee, and we will give it as order by, I will say that EMP experience. Okay, I'm not giving any ascending or descending. By default, it will be in the ascending order. Age by experience, it is ascending. Now if I give it DESC over here, you will get it in the descending order. Okay, descending order. Now this is used for what, guys? This is used to get the top 4, right? I want to get the last 4. Then what I will do it, I will combine with the order by descending order. So it will reverse it, and then I will get it. Now on what basis you want it, you can do it. Now I want to do it with the like now for example, here I wanted, now here it is being ascended based on the numbers over here. Now I want to take it this one. This is the top 4 I'm getting. I want to get the last 4 over here. Now then what we can do it based on any particular one, you are descended, guys, and then you can get it. Select top 3 star from employee and order by. Okay, which one? Employee age. I will give it employee age in DES. Now what it will do is like it will get the employee age in the descending order and it will give the last. Now if I do it ascending means it will give us the top 3 of them. Can you see this? Order by employee age. Now this one I'm ordering by the employee age, guys, first one, and then here I'm getting the top 3 of them. I'm executing both of them. Can you see this? This is the total one, or based on the age I'm ascending order. I got the top 3. Okay, top 3. No, I want the last 3 in this. I want the last 3 means I will use it. Select top 3 star, okay, from employee, and I will use it order by employee age descending. Now this we will see it now. This is the one we are ordered. We arrange them based on the age, ascending order. Can you see this? It is called the ascending order. In this, I got the top three of them. Okay, first one. This one, I got the last three. Can you see this? Last three over here, like this. You can get it. You can play with the things and you can do it. This all is. Next one is we have done the top percentage. You can use the percentage also, guys. In the place of 50, you can use the percentage also over here. Now I wanted like top last 50%. 50% like this. If you use means last total is how many? Like 8 are there. Last 50 means 4 will be getting us as an output for us. Last 50 will be getting us an output. Guys, a small announcement, like from tomorrow the online link will be changed, and whoever is already registered for the online, only they will be getting the online link. Now whoever is registered for the offline and who are listening online, they will not get the new link. Okay, so from tomorrow they are requesting you, whoever is there offline registered and listening online, they have to come down to the offline class or contact the admin for the change from the offline to the online. Okay, clear guys? Whoever is there online. Now this process will be repeatedly going on. That's what they were saying it, admins. Every 10 days or 1 week to 10 days, they will be shuffling this the link. Every time they will be changing the link. So whoever is registered for the online, especially 9:30 batch, will be getting the new link. The people who didn't register for that, they will not get it. Remember this. So tomorrow, try to be there offline. Now, if you are not in the city and if you are not able to attend it offline, then please coordinate with the admin and don't bug me all the time. Okay? Chalo. I mean, admin means Naga Babu. Now guys, we are done with this. Now the important thing which we have to deal with is identity operator. See, this identity operator, this is very important if you are going with the whiteboard session. Surely they will ask. Again, if you will not use it in your projects, guys. No way. The SQL, you will not use it in the projects. The most of the data you will be extracting is from the CSV file. 90% of the time you will be extracting the data, or you will scrap the data from the web pages or the PDF pages and put it in the CSV file. That's what you are going to do. But this one you will not use it in your real time. Now, why we are spending the time means because this is a very favorite topic of the interviewer. He will definitely ask you the basic stuff. He don't wanted you to do the stored procedures or in-depth stuff. They will ask you till the joins. Definitely they will ask you. And this like operator, between operator, in operator, these are the ones they will definitely ask. If you put the SQL in your resume, they will definitely ask. That's for sure. Because they want the variation. When they want your, because there's nothing is there for you to ask in the machine learning. What they will be asking is, what is the formula for that? How to create a program, how you will do it? What is an ensemble learning? What is that simple things they will ask you? They can't make you do the entire project over there or entire model over there. This is what they will be asking. In the statistical, some questions will be there. In the pandas EDA process, definitely they will ask you. PADAS EDA process, and NumPy no one will ask, and this one SQL will definitely they will ask. This is one of the favorite, and OOPS concept. Be prepared with the OOPS. If you mention OOPS in your resume, definitely they will ask you. Okay. I don't have his number. I will do it. I will try to post it some or other way. Okay, guys. Now let's see this identity operator and set operator. These are some of the things which you have to do it. Now identity is not so important, but still, okay, we will finish it off. Now, if you are having a table, guys, let's see that I'm creating a table. Create table, and I will give it as a student table. Student table. Now, if I wanted to, now just see this. Here I'm giving it a student ID. Anyone is having the Nagababu's number? Second. 955 33 77 8. Okay, please coordinate with him, guys. Now I'm creating a table over here. This table I'm giving it as int. Okay, my is int. Then I will give it as not null also. Let me try it out, not null. Yesterday we are not getting it not null. It's not there. Not null. Now s name is equals to varchar max. Now s class is equals to int. I will give it. English, I will again, this is int, and science, I will give it int. Okay, something like this, I'm going to do it. Once you do this, now you created a table over here. Now, what will happen over here is every time whenever you are creating a table, now how many columns I can insert it, how many values I can insert it in this? Huh? And in a single record, how many values I can enter? How many columns are there in this? 5 columns, right? If I want to insert the values, so I'll insert into student. Okay. Values. Tell me. Integer. A. This is char, right? And this one is next is class 10. And how many marks? 2 marks. Okay, like this I give. Now this one, okay, let me make it as this one as 10. Now I entered the data in this. Okay, I entered the data. Now what happens is, now I finished it off. Now next person comes down. He want to enter the data. He will enter the data. Now he gave it over here as 15. He do know that it is 15 or whatever. He just randomly entered. And here we will give it as AB. And here I will give it as 56 and 56. Now this one is not acceptable. Now when you give it, like when you give the ID, that should be more like in an order. You can't enter as you like. There should be a specific process will be there. You will be entering in that way. So now if you check it out over here, select star from student. This is the one. Okay. Now here you see 10 and 15. Now next person come and give it 80. Next person come and give it 21. There is no particular order is there. That is not accepted. So I want to make this one in a specific order. I want to make this ID as a specific order. Then we will use an identity function. Okay, identity function over the identity attribute will be there. That you have to give it while while creating the table identity over here like this. When you give the identity, so what will happen is this will now when you are giving the identity, no need of not null because it will auto generate. This will auto generate. The values are auto generated. Now by default it will start from 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is auto generated. You are not supposed to give it. Now in this case, when you are giving 1 as an identity, how many values you have to enter? Only 4. If you want to enter the 5th value, it will not be accepted. Okay. Now I will create it over here, student 1. Okay, let's drop this one. Drop table. Which one it is? Student. Yeah, done. Now there's no student table, guys. Now I'm creating it with an identity property. Now this is having an we will have the seed and incrementation. We can give it. I will tell you that one. Now when I created a table over here, now if you see this, I'm giving it first value over here. How many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are there. I'm entering the 5 values inside this, and I'm inserting into this. You will get an error. What is the error? You see, an explicit value for the identity column in the table student can only be specified when you give it as identity insert is on. Now this is saying that you are already given an identity column over here. For that you can't enter the value. Now let's see this. I will remove this one. Okay. Now I will run it. Whether it will go? Yes, it will work. Now you see this how it is generated. 1. I will enter the second value over here. B over here like B. A. Now this one will be given as ID as 2. Okay. Now you see this 2. Now if you wanted like third one, you give it as C. You will be getting as third one. Okay, guys. Now here 1, 2, 3 is coming up. You don't want it 1, 2, 3. It looks very odd. The employee 1, 2 means that is the first employee, second employee. I want to start it from 100 and I want to go it with the every incrementation of 5. So how I will do it is, now I will delete this one, drop again. I will drop it off. Now I will go over here. In this, we have the option of giving the seed and incrementation. Seed and incrementation. So this is starting is seed. Seed is starting. Where you want to start? That is 100. Incrementation is 5. So 100, 105, 110, 115 like that. In an equal intervals, you are going to get it over there. Okay. Now if I run it. Now I'm running it. Now I will enter it. You see. Now if I do it with B, now I will do it with B, then you are going to get it what? Second column. Now if you want to check it out, you will be having first one as 100, second one is 105. Because seed is 100. Incrementation is 5. Every new value will be given the 5 added up over, incremented by 5. Like this you can do it. Now this is pretty useful when you are dealing with it. And there is one more is there. This is there is one more is there called as unique, I think so. Unique. The unique is key. Almost it will act like a primary key. It will not allow the duplicate values. When you give it not null over here, something like this, not null. What is the purpose of this one, guys? It will not allow the null. Remember that. If the duplicate values are given, it will take the duplicates. Okay, it will take the duplicates. Now, if I give it as a unique, not null and unique, this is, it will not allow the null and, but at the same time, the value should be unique. You can't enter the duplicate values over here. This is the way it will be giving us. Now, if you enter the duplicate value, it will not be accepted. And the other one I told you is identity. Identity is very, very powerful. Okay, these are just a small attributes. The identity is really very powerful. Just now we have done. Just make a note of that one, guys. Now, let's finish it off with the set operator. My target is to finish the set. Employee, how is our employee? Select star from employee. Okay, now you can also do the group by. Let me quickly finish off the group by. See, this is my employees, guys. Okay, repeated now because of the pandemic. Just take a realistic scenario. We will be having a different designations. Now I want to know that. Okay, how many employees are there under one particular designation or testing department? Now take this one as a department, not the designation. Take this one as a department. Now one is the PM department, second one is the TM department, tester department, 3 are there, developer only 1 is there. Now I want to see that how many employees are there over here. क्या मतलब है? Next topic क्या होता है? अभी next topic ही कर रहे हैं. Select, I will say that star from employee. Okay, employee over here, and if I say that, okay, group by, I will give it as group by based on the EMP designation. Okay, now here I will give it as EMP designation, just like this. I will give it. Now what will happen is it will display all the employee designations over here based on the group. Now you see this, it will be giving us based on the group. How many are there total? How many employee designations are there? How many are there? Total 4 are there. Now in this, I want to find out how many employees are there in each one. Then all I will be doing is count. Count is a function is there. Inside this, I will put it as a star. So what it will do is like, it will group the entire table. This table, I want to group this entire table based on the designation. Okay, based on the designation, the entire table will be grouped up. And it is showing us for that. Then it will make a count of that. How many employees are there in that? It will make a count and it will display it. Now you see this. Okay, guys, here. Now this is the way. Now developer 1 is there, testers 3 are there, here 2 are there, and here. Now you want to see that, okay, how much salary is being given away. Okay, before that, can you see this? There is a no column name. I want to give a column name over here. So what I can do it, just put it on number of employees. Number of employees. When you do this, automatically you are going to get it. Number of employees. Now, apart from this, I want to see that what is the total number of salary we are paying for this particular designation. Now, let me do this. Here, I am having like salary over here, EMP salary. I want to see that how much is the total amount for the PMs, how much total amount of the salary for the testers, total amount of salary for the technical managers. So how I will do it is this one. This is grouping, right? This is grouping. Just see this once again. So first I am group by with the help of EMP designation. Now I will do this. You will get all the designation. Now, if I want to get the number of employees, I will use the count function. Inside that, I will put on a star. You can count it, all of them. That's what. And I'm giving the name as number of employees. Okay. Now, next one is, I want to see the total number of salary. Now, salary is EMP salary is a column. Sum is a function. Inside this, we are going to use the EMP SAL. EMP SAL. Now, automatically, this salary will be, all the salaries of these employees will be grouped up over there. Now, you see, you'll get the 3 columns. One will be the, what are the designations? Second one is number of employees. Third one is total amount of salary for that particular designation. Now, testers we are giving for the 3 testers is 90,000, and 2 TMs we are giving 1 lakh, and 2 PMs we are giving 80,000. Now you can see this easily. You can see this. Now you want to see the maximum of them also. You can see the maximum of them. It's up to you how you want to play with the things. You can see them and you can do it. Now you want to see that who is the maximum, you are getting it over here. Give the max EMP SAL like this. Now it will give us the maximum salary, what is being paid in this category. One more column will be coming, maximum salary over there. Right from count salary from MP, and here I'll give it as a max EMP SAL. Okay, something like this you will be getting. Now, once I do this, you will be getting the maximum salary. This one is employee total salary. You will write it budget, and here I will write it as max salary. Okay, max salary. Now, if you run this, you will be getting this. Okay, guys, like this will be. In this category, you are having the 50 is a maximum salary. In this category, 40 is the maximum salary. Like this, you can. Okay, guys. Clear? Now, next one is set operator. Now, you can use the having also here. If you want to add any condition on this, you will be using the having keyword over here. So, use the having and you will get the, naturally you will get the condition. You can't keep it the directly the where condition on the group. You have to use the having over there. But it's okay, you can do that one. Now, we are going to deal with one more thing called as set operator. Set operators are having 4 operators, guys. Union, all, intersection, and except. Now, this is nothing but this is specially used to display the how you will display the data when you combine them together. Now, for example, here I'm having a data over here. For example, I'm having a table. This is a table. I will take it as this is my table. Or let's take it as circle. That's much useful. I will take this as a circle, and this is having the data with me as A, B, C, D, and E employees. 5 employees are there. In this, I'm having like M, or let's do it simple. X, Y, and Z. And a common ones are B and D. So here, how many employees are there in this? 5 are there. In this, how many employees are there? 5 are there. Okay. Now, this is a table A, and this is the table B. Now, when I say union, okay. Now, if you say that union means you are going to display the data from this one and this table, but duplicates are removed. The duplicates are removed. So how it will be coming up is, so if I am going to go down and the complete structure will be changed. Now here this is the one. When I am applying the set operator, usually they will come in this fashion. In this fashion. Now this is the table A and this is the table B. Now in this, what are the unique ones are there? Or table like A1 I will take it and B1. This one, what are the uniques are there? A, C and E are there. What is this? X, Y and Z. Now what are the common are there? E and D are there. Now when you say union, it will give all the unique values of A1 and all the unique values of B1, and it will take only one copy of the common values. That is the way it will be going on. So when I say that A1 union A2, B2, B1, okay, then the output will be coming as A, C, E and B, D and X, Y, Z. So these all values plus this value plus these values you are going to get. Okay guys, this is the way you are going to get. Now if we have one more option is there. What is that? Is called as union all. When union all you are doing it, you will be getting the duplicate values also. Now here I will say that A1 union all B1, then you will get it all the values of ACE with BD and XYZ with BD. This is what you are going to get. And there is something called as intersect. We are going to get the common values, that is BD. Okay, now when I say that except A1 except B1, so it will display all the unique values from the ABC A1, that is ABC, removing all the duplicate values whichever are present in the B, it will be removing it. So remove all the duplicate values or the intersection part over here, and it will give us only the unique values from the A. If I give it like B1 except A1, then I will get it XYZ over here. This is what we are going to get it. Okay, this is very much similar to the set operator, what we learned in difference and intersection and all these things we learned it in the set operator. The same thing over here. You want me to do this? Let's create a table, guys. Table like EMP underscore Hyderabad. That is, they are the employees of the Hyderabad. And here I will keep it only 3 columns. One is employee ID, which is an int, and employee name is varchar max, and next one is employee designation and location. Designation varchar max again, and location. Location will be like Hyderabad will be there. Okay, I will keep it as employee location. All of them will be having the Hyderabad. Now this is location is wherever they registered it. They got it. No need of location. Like this, I want to keep it. This is the table I created. Okay. Now I'm going to create one more table, guys. Same thing. Now here I will give it as Chennai. Now whenever you are applying the the set operator, make sure that the column values should be same. Okay. Now this is the other one. I'm creating it. Okay. Now I got the 2 tables over here. Especially I will get it 2 tables. See, X, this one and this one. Now I will enter the values into that. Now insert into employee underscore Hyderabad values. Directly I will do it now, you know this. Now I will give it the employee ID as 1x and designation is PM. And next one is and 2 Y and PM and 3 Z as developer. Now I will give it as one more like 999. They are the common ones. I will give it as B, and their name they are from the testing testers. And one more is again like 888. I will give it as D. I will give it as DevOps. DevOps. Now this is the one. I inserted the data, and here we will do it the same thing. Again, like I will give it as 4 and A here PM. C equals to PM. And next is 6. I will give it as E and test or developer, something else. And we give it this. PMP underscore Hyderabad. Okay, we got it over here. That is 9 and 8. So the same values I will be entering over here. 9 for B, and he is a tester, and 8 and DevOps. Okay. Now we got the both the tables, guys. Let me show you the both the tables. This is a Chennai and this is a Hyderabad. Okay, like this it is. So here there are some common ones are there here. ACE are, you know, on the ACE are unique to the Hyderabad, the Chennai table, and XYZ is unique to the Hyderabad table, and B and D are common in the both the tables. So here if I will say this, just see this, select star from employee underscore Chennai and union, select star from employee underscore like Hyderabad. Okay, in this case it will combine the output of the Chennai table and it will combine the output of the Hyderabad table, and it will show it as a one single table. Now you see this. And see this one, guys, it is showing it as a one single table. Now here one thing you have to observe it, total we have 8, total 8, but the Hyderabad is having 5 employees and Chennai is also having 5, total 10 should be there, but B and D are duplicates. B and D are duplicates, so it is not going to show the B and D double time, only once. This is from the Hyderabad and this is from the Chennai, and this is the common ones in both of them. Now by looking at this one, no one will say that it is combining from the two different tables. This is looks like a one single table. Now, if you want to check it out, I can execute all the four. Now you see this, the difference. The first one is the Chennai, second one is the Hyderabad, and last one is the combination of both. Union over here. So this is all the unique values. What are this? These are the unique values. Here, these are the unique values. These are set it over here. Can you see? This is from the Hyderabad and these are from the Chennai, and these are the common ones. Okay, they are the common ones which has been shown to us. Now, next one is like union all. When you do the union all, it will combine all the values, even the duplicate values, you are going to get it. Union all over here. Let me give it. Now you will get it 10 values. Can you see 10? Because this is the unique values from that, and these are the common values in the Chennai, and these are all the records from the Hyderabad. They both are combined together. Okay. Now we will have like select star from emp underscore ch and intersect. I will use the intersect select star from emp underscore Hyderabad. Okay, when we do this, you will be getting only the common ones. What are the commonly present in this two? You are going to get that. That is B and D. Now, if I say except over here, let me copy it. Except. Now, when I do this, can you see this, guys? You will be getting only the unique values from the Chennai table. Now, if I change this one, I will keep this one as Hyderabad, and down I will keep it as Chennai. Then you will get all the unique values from Hyderabad table. This is what it is. Okay. Now, this is all about your set operator. Now, I will end up the class. I think that it is too boring. Even I am getting bored of saying this. I hate to say this. But kya kare? They will ask you in the interview. Aada nee question vachindanko first kittu nanne dittu. Cheppaleda. Okay? Adutar, definitely they will ask you guys. Definitely they will ask you. Even though it is so thick, they want it. That's it. You will not use it anywhere, but they want it. Oops, you will not use it extensively. They want it. That's it. So prepare from the once you get inside, you can play with the things. There will be some or other person will be there to help you. Forget about that. If you are keeping the proxy interviews or if you are doing anything, there will be one person will be there who will definitely help you. And no one will be perfect inside that company. No one will be perfect. 60% people are just surviving. Copy paste, copy paste. So when you go there, you are much, much better. So that's what I'm saying it. But the major problem is cracking the interview. Now, if you are taking the help of another professional, that is good enough. But if you are going and facing it and they asked you the questions on this, then you will be losing a lot of confidence. So this is pretty much mandatory for you to prepare it. The last, there is one is there, joins is there. Joins and primary key. I will finish it off and we will end up and we will move on to our regular stuff called as NumPy and Pandas. Okay, guys. So that will be from the day after tomorrow. Amitabh, kal aap chutti le sakte hain if you want it, because this is if anyone knows them all, you can just take a break, guys. The joins and all those things. But day after tomorrow, we will start. Definitely, I will start with the NumPy and Pandas. If you skip NumPy, no problem. But Pandas, don't do it. And before starting the Pandas, go to your list and dictionary and get back. Once you know your list and dictionary, half of the syntax is done. Because we have spent a lot of time on that. And I want you to be learning that perfectly. Once you do that, half of the pandas, like syntax of the pandas is done. There's nothing is there after that. So the most important thing is that, okay? So I will strongly recommend you to go through that NumPy and before entering into NumPy and pandas, I want you to go to the this list and the dictionary, and you are indexing and slicing, guys. That is also very important. Indexing and slicing. You go through these things. These are the ones which makes your career once you are perfect with the pandas. Okay. Chalo, then I will stop it over here. We will meet tomorrow continuing with the class. Thank you.